Hi, this is Jeannie with Creative Ectothermic Solutions. Today we are going to pack out a few spiders to go to a new home in Ohio. I have a bigger spider today and I have a smaller spider today. The big spider is a curly hair. They've had a recent name change and I don't even want to try to say it. As you can see, it's a very, very handsome little spider. This one is unsexed, but this spider is going to be packed up and is going to move to Ohio because everybody knows that the best curly hairs live in Ohio. So I am going to use a lot of paper towels to pad this spider because spiders, the bigger they get, the more fragile they are in transit. Curly hairs aren't overly big spiders, so they aren't overly fragile, but we will give him or her the very best chance of making it to Ohio in one piece. So I'm going to fold up my paper towels. The paper towels, the best I can describe it is like if you're riding in the back of a truck standing up and you surround yourself with padded things. That's what the paper towels do. They protect the spider in transit so that they don't end up getting slammed around and damaging themselves. So, because I mean, once the spider leaves here, it is out of my hands. And I'm telling you, I get boxes sometimes, and it says this side up, fragile, and everything else, and they've got banged in corners, and the tops of the boxes are on the bottom. All very unfortunate. The other thing we want to do is we want to add water so that our spider doesn't dry out in transit. So I have some water here and I will just spray it in pretty good. And I will take this little spider right here. It's a curly hair. It is a good 4.5, 5 inches. So this is a subadult to adult tarantula. As you can see, she has she approves of the vial I'm putting her in. So now I just have to convince her to put her whole self down in here. It's easier to put them in smaller vials for me. The bigger ones are a little bit more difficult. I could put her in a deli cup, but these are very sturdy vials. I buy them from Uline. I think they're actually what you get when you go to the doctor and you have to pee in a cup. But they're very sturdy, and if I can get them to close, they're sturdy and they should do a good job protecting the spider. Instead of being Brachypelma, they now start with a T, so we will put T instead of Albopolipsum. I think it's Albopolipsus, so we'll just put Albo. We'll cheat. And that's one spider that's packed out. The other spider I have here is a Mexican golden red rump or a Brachypelma albiceps. This is a beautiful spider. When they grow up, they've got the dark red rumps and they have an absolutely golden carapace. So they're very, very beautiful. I'm going to stuff some paper towels in the bottom here so as to protect the spider down here. And then I will roll up these paper towels and stuff them in this vial and hope that everything fits out okay. Because if it doesn't, I'll just have to get a different vial, because this vial is, it should fit, but we shall see. It's a little on the smaller side, but I'd rather it be a little bit small than a little bit big. Yeah, there should be plenty of room in here for this spider. I'm always amazed at how little room spiders take up. So once again, I wet this down really, really good. And I am going to take this little spider, if you can see the spider right here, and I am going to convince it to go into this vial. We do this by putting the vial down and offering it as a hiding place. And we say, but don't you want to run in here and hide? And the spider hopefully does want to run in there and hide. Yep. Nope. Come on, little spider. Run in there and hide. The spider is a little obstinate, but we'll convince her, or him, will convince it that the best place to be is inside this vial away from me. And there we go. So I'm not sure whether or not you can see inside this vial, but if you can, you will see a little spider abdomen, and there is plenty of room inside of this vial for this spider. So I am going to close the top. I've already sprayed it down really, really well, and I am going to pop the lid on, make sure it snaps in place, and I am going to put B for Brachypelma, and then this is Albiceps, A-L-B-I-C-E-P-S. So I don't speak Latin, so I'm not sure if I said Albiceps right or not. If I didn't, I apologize. I just do the best I can. So we're going to pack these spiders in this box. We want to protect them, so we want to basically fill this whole thing up with packing material. So, and these are good insulators. Right now it's 50 degrees in Maryland, and they're going to Ohio. It's a little colder in Ohio, so I am going to have to add a heat pack, but I'm going to add these insulating pieces first, and then I will insulate and pack well, I only have 2 spiders today. It's when I have 10 spiders, and then I put them all in different materials that life gets fun. So I have I'm low on my recycled stuff, so I'm going to have to use brand new stuff instead of using recycled. A lot of times I'll just reuse stuff that other stuff came in, stuff, and I tape them up so they don't fall out, and everything is nice and safe, and these poor little spiders have the very best chance of making it to their next destination. So we're going to tape this here, we're going to pull this up this way, and we're going to pull this down this way, and it should be very, 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 very padded, which is what I like. So this one is going to go in here, and the spider should be very safe in here. It's got lots of padding. It's got the heat. Well, it will have the heat pack, and it's padded twice. So I am going to get another piece of bubble wrap to wrap this other little spider in, the Albiceps, and I obviously don't need this entire piece because it is rather large. So we'll cut it in half. It's like, you know, combining arts and crafts with spider husbandry. Makes it all that much more fun. So this one is now wrapped up, and I will, there, wrapped up, packed up, and now I will add the bigger bubbles. I have big bubbles and I have big bubble wrap, but I think this one, I think we can do it with big bubbles, but I may end up changing it to big bubble wrap. It all depends on how everything looks in here. So these ones are packed up nice and tight. And this one, let's see if we close. Perfect. So I will use this piece of bubble wrap on the top, and I will also use this on the top. I'll put this down here. Actually, I only need one, so I'll only use one. The other thing I need to use is a heat pack, and this is my heat pack. It's a 72-hour heat pack. It should only take overnight to get to Ohio because of the way I ship them. But if for some reason or another it's delayed in transit, this should protect the spider. This piece right here, this red piece, is where the heat emanates from. If you put it this side down, the heat pack is absolutely useless. So always make sure the red line is facing where you want it to go, because if not, you've just wasted your heat pack. Now, my red line is on the bottom, so I'm going to tape this up. This just protects the spiders from excess heat. We don't want these things heat up really, really hot, and then they cool down and maintain a nice temperature for a long time. 72 hours. Not bad for a little bag of gravel. And when they're no good, they get really, really hard. So this is where the red line is. And what I'm going to do is I am just going to mark it with a red line. So I am going to take this and I'm going to put it on top of here, and then I'm going to close everything up. This box, obviously something else came in it from eBay. These spiders are not eBay spiders. I don't know if you sell tarantulas on eBay, but I don't. So I'm just reusing this eBay box. This tape sticks best to itself. I mean, so I always make sure I go over it a couple of times. And then I will go sideways a couple of times to make sure everything is right and tight. And this is package number 1, which has 2 tarantulas in it. Oh no, here it is. And I am going to mark them fragile. This whole top will basically be covered by the packing label, so I don't need to worry about that. But these sides, I'll just cover up eBay with fragile special handling. And I'd rather put on too many than too few, so I will continue to, if I can get them to come off, continue to put some more on here. I want to put one on the bottom, one on the other side, and after I put the label on, I will put another one on the top. I also have death feigning beetles to pack out. Death feigning beetles are awesome. They are the cutest, silliest things ever. Their claim to fame is that they play dead. I need to mark this so I don't get my packages mixed up, because if somebody got spiders when they were supposed to get death feigning beetles, and somebody got death feigning beetles when they were supposed to get spiders, it would be a tragedy. It would be a tragedy. So let's find our death feigning beetles. I've actually set them right over here. As you can see, they are adorable little blue beetles. They just trundle around doing beetle things. Their claim to fame, the reason why they're called death feigning beetles, people call them, people ask me all the time, they're like, Blue Death? Blue Death? You sell Blue Death? It's like, no, they're not Blue Death, they're Blue Death feigning. Feigning means faking. So when you see one of these beetles that's trundling about, you pick it up and you frighten it by saying, boo! And then you drop it and it plays dead. That's what they do. They're just blue death feigning beetles, so they're lots of fun. They're really cute. The blue is not actually their color, they're black. If I got one of these beetles wet, it would turn black. And the blue is like their sunscreen. They live in the Sonoran Desert, and it's very, very sunny in the Sonoran Desert. So we're going to pack the beetles in this little deli cup, and we're going to put this lid on them, which has lots and lots of holes in it. Now the beetles, they'll eat some of the paper towel while they're on their way. They're detritivores. They eat detritus. I'm picking out some lovely, lovely little beetles. So they're detritivores, which means they eat detritus, and detritus is everything that's not alive, whether it's fallen leaves or old chicken bones. If it doesn't eat the beetle will probably eat it, if it's not alive. The beetles are currently trying to escape. I'm going to go get them a little snack to eat on the way. What do I have for them? I'm going to give them some fish food today. They like fish food, so, and they're definitely on the move, being cute. They're definitely on the move. They're escaping my my evil clutches, or the box, whatever. They're probably tasting the paper towels. They do need water, but they don't need a lot of water. And what I do is I give them carrots or cucumbers or aloe or prickly pear, and they eat that, and they're very content with it. So I'm going to give them this little bit of fish food, because I don't want them all to turn black en route, or my customer might be very unhappy. No, I paid for blue beetles and they're all black. Well, they are blue beetles. They're just They're just black blue beetles. So I've given them some snacks for the trip. I have folded them up in this paper towel. I will write blue death. Yes, blue death. Feigning beetles. These guys have been known to live for 10 years in captivity. And of course, because they're beetles, they're done molting. They are at their adult stage now. And so they're very long-lived beetles. So they don't breed in captivity. So every single one you see is wild caught. Now these are going to, let's see, where are they going to? They're going to Indiana. So I am going to set them up. These guys really don't need a heat pad because they're a completely different type of animal than the spider. So, but I will definitely insulate. This stuff is a little bit thicker. So I'm going to insulate with this stuff. It came in something else. So this will go here. And then we will have this piece on either side, and then we will fill it up with bubbles with packing material. And of course we'll have a piece for the top. So let's see what kind of bubbles we've got left. Because I'm actually going to have to save all my Amazon boxes because I'm running low on bubbles. How terrible. So here are my beetles. Here are bubbles. And I will put a couple of bubbles on either side. They're in there nice and firm, and I will cut off an insulating top piece. Like I said, arts and crafts and inverts all at the same time. And then we will close this one up. It's got a label on here, but it doesn't matter because I'll just cover it up with my label. And I will tape them up, and the beetles and the spiders are ready to go. They're going to go to their new homes in Indiana and Ohio. I hope you've enjoyed my pack out video. I always enjoy packing out spiders. I love it when they behave and they run into their little tubes, and it makes it fun for me. But if you have trouble, just persevere. So I have packed out the beetles. I have packed out the spiders. They're going in their own special trips. And thank you so much for your time. If you like this, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you want to order beetles or spiders, you can go to my websites, which are CEctoS.com or bugblog.org. It has been a pleasure.